Welcome back to the channel, everyone. I tell you what, it feels good to be recording a video for the channel again. Last weekend, I just had one short dash. No videos were made out of last weekend, and we went out of town. Um, to see my daughter for her birthday, and so I today was the first day in a couple weeks I got back out there and worked a full day and actually have three videos to record. This is the first one out of three for today, which is April 19th, Easter Eve. And guys, this is how it started out. Today's gig work, it started out with a major L right here. So I got a little bit of a late start. I didn't log in till almost 7 o'clock. I forget what time I woke up this morning and had to take the dog out and everything. And so I logged in and to DoorDash and Uber. I wasn't really getting anything. And I didn't really feel like waiting in here. So I was like, well, let me make my way up to Meyer. So I get this offer as I'm heading that way, and folks, something just I took this right here. Okay, $23.52 for 7.5 mile Walmart. And this is exclusive, sent just to me. And okay, so something seemed like fishy here. This kind of, I've talked about Walmart before in some of my past videos. It's kind of hit and miss for me. Sometimes I go there and it seems like they come up to my car just right immediately after I checked in. I'm like, "Ooh," and kind of scare me. That's how fast they are. Other times I have to wait and I've had to drop orders, and so it's like, it's just hit and miss. And so, like I said, something didn't seem right about this order. There's probably something wrong with it. But hey, I'm gonna chance it. Okay, let's chance it. Okay, so I'm on my way there, and it takes me 8 minutes to get there. I just took this screenshot to show my arrival time, so 8 minutes later, and like a minute after that, I get another order. To after I checked in, I get this other order for $15, adding just 9 minutes and adding just 3 miles. So now you're talking like almost $40 for two orders. So I went ahead and accepted that as well. And and I'm sitting there, and then almost right away, now something's really starting to seem fishy. And then like immediately after accepting that second one, I get a third one. But this one's only $8.61. I decline this one because you're not told on these Walmart orders how large the orders are. I've had some of them where it's just one or two little sacks, and I've had other ones where it's taken up my whole trunk and part of my back seat. So if this was three, I could handle two like large orders in my car. But if all three of these happen to be like really large orders, I probably wouldn't have been able to fit it all. Um, so I declined that. And I sat and waited. And so what's my next? Okay. So I have to use my notes here for because the other remaining screenshots are for the end of the story. So okay, so 7:12 is when I arrived. I waited. It was let's see here, 20. What is that? 29 minutes. I waited before. Now as most of you know, like there's you pull into a pickup spot and you check in on the app, but there is usually a phone number listed that you can call. Um, I like I said, I waited 29 minutes until 7:41 before calling that number because I just I've tried to call it before at different locations, and usually nobody picks up when you call that. But I figured I'd try it anyway, and surprisingly, shock of all shocks, somebody picked up. You know, hello Walmart pickup, and it kind of shocked me that somebody picked up. I was like, yeah, I have an order for, I gave my name and spot number and that I'd been there close to a half hour. And they told me that the order was staged and ready, but in for some reason in the system it hadn't shown me as arrived with the pickup spot. So she was going to change that and said, okay, then, we'll bring the order right out to you. And she's saying that like she didn't say orders plural. She said, order. So I was like, oh crap, are they going to come out here with only one of them? Or, who knows? Well, let's see what happens here. I sat there another 10 minutes and nobody came out, and there wasn't it didn't seem to be that busy. There's only maybe like four or five other cars there, and I saw like two or three of the workers like outside the like where they come out and just kind of like standing on the sidewalk, and a couple times they're just kind of like standing there talking. And during that 10 minutes, two other times I saw like an associate would come out with the cart and all the totes on it and stop there on that sidewalk and either be on their phone or something or talking to somebody for a minute or two, and then they take all that stuff back inside and not, give it to anybody. So I don't know what was going on here at this location. Um, but like I said, I waited 10 additional minutes. So whatever it was, 35, 40 minutes. We'll find out the total time here on the next screenshot. But so what I decided to do, I was just going to go ahead and drop the order. I waited long enough on this, so let's just go ahead and drop it. So I pulled this time. One time in the past, I dropped the order and I stayed sitting there in the same parking spot, and then like a minute or two later, they came up to my car after I already dropped it. So I wanted to avoid that. I wanted to pull out of that spot and get to the main parking lot, and then drop it. But I get over there, and so this is at 7:53. So you're talking almost 50 minutes, almost an hour after I accepted the order. Crazy. So I get to the parking spot, and then this comes up on my screen. So there's that screenshot, and then there's the other one for the second order. But I didn't have to drop them. They were canceled for me, and I don't know this for sure, but I would suspect that after the associates saw me pull out of the parking spot and drive away, then the Walmart associates is who probably canceled the order. And this kind of irritates me about Uber. Like down here, and it says you won't be paid for this delivery, but we'll try to find you another one. See, I don't know. Like DoorDash, a lot of times, well, I actually you don't get paid for long waits with DoorDash either. I do my 10-minute drop on food orders, and even some shopping orders, 10 minutes in the store, drop it. You don't get paid for that, but um, I don't know. I think if for as long as I waited there, So close to, what time did I pull in again? Um, so it was 7:12. So I was there 41 minutes before these got canceled. And if they can't get the order out to you, if you're waiting there like over like a half hour and it's all just wasted time, I don't know, guys. I just think there should be some kind of compensation there. But there wasn't, and like I said, I took the L on that. It is what it is. I ended up recovering, so I ended up making over my $200 goal, and thanks in large part to a really large shopping order. That, and I'll talk about that. That'll be 2 videos from now. But anyway, that's it for this. That's it for this story and this Walmart disaster. But like I said, I recovered, so you know. But anyway, that's all I got for now, guys. Thanks so much for watching. As always, be sure to drive safe out there, and we'll see you at the next video. Thanks again.